Well, today I'm excited to talk to you about BulletPoint. I've been looking at different ways to connect my DJI Pocket 3 so I can record trails and driving and stuff. I haven't done any upgrades at all to my 2025 Jeep Gladiator. Right now it's all stock. I'm going to be heading out on a trail today. It's not really a trail, it's a local off-road park, so you can kind of do some little testing on your vehicle. I haven't done any of that on this Jeep yet, and there seems to be quite a bit of stuff you can do. So I saw some stuff on BulletPoint's website that they have made specifically for these Jeeps, a mounting point, and where it mounts is right here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do before I show you the parts. Right here on the grab handle, this connection point up here, this pops off. Just pull it out, come down. There's a small spot right here, just a plastic tab that holds it in there. You just pull it straight down and it comes out. You can see like there's a little tab that sticks out. Then you can put this up with your stock parts or whatever you want to do in case you want to take this part off later, but it's going to attach right here, so I can attach the camera here. Okay, so I'll go show you the parts. I just got this picked up yesterday. So we got a little bit of cable management that you can buy on their website. It's so you can run your power cords up and around to your camera wherever you have it installed. So I'm going to use one of my power cords that I already have. It's pretty long, but once I have this all installed, I'm going to measure how long cord I need, and I'll get a new one that's black, so it'll kind of blend into the dashboard. But they have this cable management system available on their website as well. Then this here is the part that they made specifically for these Jeeps. Cool sticker. This is their ball mount. It's nice, it's billet, it's threaded. It's got an Allen head in the tip of it, so it's really easy to install. This is the actual part. It's kind of heavy. You can tell it's made real well. It's threaded in here, so when you put this in, this piece will thread into here, so you can mount your attachment to it, so you can attach your camera or whatever, your phone or whatever you're going to do. But this part goes into the grab handle. It replaces the stock part that I showed you that we took off. It's pretty heavy duty. It's nice. They got a little rubber piece that goes around here for anti-rattling and fitment. It's pretty nice. Got their logo in it. And I was noticing a lot of times when I get stuff that I put together at home, they send these really cheap little Allen wrenches that strip out easy, and BulletPoint didn't do that. They send some pretty girthy Allen heads. They don't seem like they're going to strip out, so they send you all the tools you need. They send you a replacement bolt that goes with it. So they got everything in here that you need. So that's to mount it to the your grab handle. But then I also ordered their other attachment, so I can attach this to my camera. Now my camera, the DJI, it has an attachment to where you can use the threaded tip that goes in there and mount it because it doesn't have the ball mount. I like that they send heavy-duty tools with their kits. So here's the part that'll screw into my camera at the base, and then this will allow it to mount to the ball mount that comes for the grab handle. And I'm just getting this set up for this right now. Probably going to end up going with their dash mount that they make for the 2025. I really like it. I'm looking at the one that's the Pitkany style rail system that goes right in the center of the dash. I'm probably going to end up doing that and then switching this over to maybe just to hold my phone right there. But inside this, this attachment, it's threaded, and then they have this little slot here that goes inside the top part here. So when you put it all together, this part will be attached to my camera. This will be attached to the ball here, which is attached to the grab handle. Okay, so I'm going to show you that right now. We'll go in and we'll have to take off the old part to where the bolt. We'll unscrew that, and then we're going to have this replacement bolt. We'll slide this in, put this inside. Then once that's in, screw this in, use a tool to tighten it up. Then I'll go attach this part, and then I can use my camera to screw it inside there. So I'm going to go get that set up. Okay, so I have this here focused at the bolt that we need to pull out. We don't have to take out the one on the bottom, but just one on the top. And that's going to be a 10 millimeter that you need to unscrew that, okay? Now I plan on just everything I take off here, I'm going to be putting in a container in my garage in case I ever need it. I'm not going to discard those. Some parts I may end up selling as I don't need, but for now I'll just be keeping everything together. So now this just slides up in here. Now looking at it, the fitment looks great. I'll pull the camera down and show you after we get it installed, but the lines, everything look really well on here. Then you take the bolt that they provided. I like turning bolts to the left slightly till they kind of drop in, and then you can grab that thread so you don't cross thread things. There we go. Got that lined up. It's starting to go in. I felt to get a little tight, so I want to make sure it doesn't cross thread. So I backed it out. There it goes. Yeah, you don't want to just force it to go in. You want to make sure that you got that thread correctly. Otherwise, it's going to bind up inside there. It could either cross thread the bolt, or the bolt's stronger then the threaded hole, stripped out that hole, then you're going to have problems. So I've always found it's best just to spin it to the left on a standard threaded bolt. Spin it to the left. You can feel that first thread drop down into the threaded hole, and then start turning clockwise to tighten it up. Doing that it'll save a lot of problems. And you may ask, how did I learn that? Well, I think it was on a skateboard when I was a kid trying to thread something in, and I just started going. It was tight, and it's like, oh, it felt tight. And I just kept going, and I wasn't able to even to get the bolt all the way in because it got so tight. It was just cross threading. And then my dad taught me that. Turn it to the left, drop that first thread in, and then you'll be good to go. All right, so got that nice and tight. That's in there. The fitment is really nice on here. Just looking at the fitment, I'm like, it follows the lines pretty good. It's kind of dark in here. Let me get my flashlight out so you can see this better. There you go. It's black, so I'm gonna, I just have to admit, I'm new at all this recording stuff, and so I want to give credit to the people I've been watching, because I watch a lot of Jeep content, the different creators and stuff, and the recording seems so easy. It seems like the easy part of doing everything, but you definitely have to get used to doing this. I think the first video I started recording, I was talking so quiet, and it was just a test. Like I was testing out the camera, and my wife was like, "Why are you talking so quiet? Why are you whispering?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, you sound like you're whispering." I was like, "Well, I didn't even think about that. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just not used to. I'm just not used to this at all." So, but anyhow, so that's the side view of it. So it doesn't stick out too much, right? So now we'll put the ball in. So again, it's threaded. So I'm going to turn this counterclockwise to get that first thread to drop. And then once it drops, then you can start turning clockwise. All right. Like I said, they provided all the tools. Oops, I needed a larger one. They provided all the tools to mount everything. And you don't have to torque this down real hard. Just get it firm, right? So it's not going to spin on you. So that part's done. Okay, that's the part that it comes with. Then I bought the bracket, whatever you're going to mount it to. If you're going to mount it to a phone or a camera, whatever mounting system you need. So then I'll come over here. I have the attachment for, I think it's a 5/8 thread, but it's a standard thread for the bottom of cameras and stuff like that. I'm just going to get this a little bit snug, kind of hold its position, not super tight, because I want to be able to move this once I have the camera on. So the camera that I'm recording with right now is the DJI Pocket 3. I'm going to mount it here. So I have the extended battery for it. So this extended battery is screwing on right here. Okay, so then loosen this a little bit so that I'll get my camera set up. But so this is where it's going to be set. So what I'm trying to do is get it here to where I can film forward, and I can spin around and film me. If I'm sitting here, I'll be chatting with you or whatever. I can have it facing me too. But this will be a setup for my trail camera. It'll look straight out the windshield. So I'll get this set up kind of here. And then later today, when I'm going to the off-road park, I'm going to record, when I'm driving around and chatting with you, but I'll show you how it works out. as far as the view out of the windshield. But eventually I plan on putting my phone right here, and then I'm going to mount the camera on. If I go with Bullet Point, I like their Pitcairn style rail that goes across the top. It's kind of like on our AR-15s and stuff like that. It goes across the top, bolts, and it gives you plenty of mounting spots for cameras or phones or microphones or your, once we get a radio in here, stuff like that. But I also saw some another content creator, Overland Ozark, I think, watching his, and the one he put in his wife's Jeep. It's purple, and it goes. It's a more of a tubular bar, but it goes all the way across from the handle to the grab handle over there. And I might look into that too, because that gives you a full width going all the way across. I mean, there's a few companies making good quality attachment points, but I really liked this, how they had it specific for the Jeep handle. That was really nice. So I may end up mixing and matching depending on what I need or what I'm trying to mount. But right now, I'm really happy with the quality of the material. Everything seems to be really well made. Even like I said, I mentioned a couple times, even going down to the detail of sending good quality Allen wrenches instead of that little cheap chrome stuff that strips out all the time that you get with like furniture from IKEA and things like that. But so far, I'm really happy. I'll go ahead and end the video. This is Mike Rowland, Mod Rod Garage. This is the first modification I've done to my Jeep, named Bolted. And the reason I'm naming it Bolted, if anybody's watching this, is because all the modifications I plan on doing to this, I don't want to have to depend on hiring a professional shop to do any of the installs. I want to be able to do everything myself. Suspension and interior and stereo or whatever I do, bed rack systems, everything I do, I want to be able to do myself. Now, there may come a time to where I really, really like something, and it's not going to be a direct bolt-on. So say I want to go with the long arm suspension, but I have to cut off the stock mounting points for the stock suspension. I don't mind grinding stuff and cutting things off, stuff like that, smoothing out, painting, and then attaching their attachment points bolted in, whether I have to drill a new hole or just if it bolts directly into existing bolts in the frame, whatever, that stuff's fine. I can do that all day long. But when it comes to things like engine swaps, stuff like that, that's the only thing I could see to where I would have a shop do that, because that's going to be on the reliability of the vehicle. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to build engines. I have done an engine swap in a 61 Buick that I had with a small block Chevy. Anything that bolts on the top and unbolts, I can do stuff like that. So I started thinking, really, everything is going to be, if you can unbolt it, I can bolt it back on. So that's what I plan on doing. I've done a vehicle for SEMA before. There's another video I just kind of put it in there, just show that was a SEMA build I did before. I've built bugs. I've been building my own cars, customizing them all my life. The biggest difference now is I'm going to be documenting it and getting out on trails and documenting that stuff. One, it's for family videos, for sharing things with family, what I'm doing, and friends, trying to encourage them to get out and do stuff, just like I've been encouraged by watching all of the people out there and doing it right now. I've seen the lakes that they park by and the trails and the views and stuff, and I'm like, those are amazing things. So that's what we plan on doing with Bolted. We're going to build it up for camping, overlanding, rock crawling. It's not going to be a major rock crawler like competition type stuff. It is going to be to where I'm camping out of it. I'm going to have a tow hitch. I'll probably end up getting a small trailer later on, because I want to set this up to where we can take 4 people with this. So it'll be, our vehicle, me and my wife, and either my grandkids or maybe take some people that have never been camping and four-wheeling and stuff like that, people that we meet and they don't have a vehicle and they're thinking about it. I can take them out in my Jeep because we can, feed four, sleep four, ride four, so all that. So I'll probably end up getting, a couple rooftop tents, maybe one on the Jeep, then one on a trailer that tows behind us. That way we can carry enough water for 4 people, food, all that stuff. So yeah, that's the plans with it. This is my first upgrade. I want to Bullet Point. They're not a sponsor of mine. It's just their website and reading the reviews. Had great reviews and the product looks great, and I am really satisfied and happy with this. So I will reach out to you guys later today when I start doing when we get up to, we're going to Gorman. I'm down in Bakersfield, California. Or up in Bakersfield from Gorman, and it's about an hour, maybe an hour, 20-minute drive down to that park. I've never been there before. My son has, and he told me about it, so we're gonna go check it out. There's some places that you can go and kind of test your flex and things like that. So we'll show you a little more about that later today. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and tomorrow is Easter, so I hope you have a blessed Easter and enjoy it with family and friends, or doing things that you enjoy. Our kids are out of the house now. We're empty nesters. I see people all the time, oh, they were so emotional and sad. My wife and I are like, we love our kids, but they're adults, they're out, we have grandkids, and we are empty nesters, and we are enjoying every moment of it. It's kind of like going back dating again. We've been married 27 years. We're still best friends, at least that's what I say. And we laugh all the time. My wife and I talked about it, and she liked the thought about getting it back out there and four-wheeling. I haven't owned a Jeep in 20 years. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to sharing the new adventures and the modifications we do to it along the way, and the busted knuckles sometimes that we get working on our own vehicles. Anyhow, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you give us a like and a follow. I look forward to sharing more content and reading any comments you guys have. Have a blessed day. Bye.